another episode of Sex with Charlie and Nina.
Episode 5.
Fucking hell.
Episode 5 of Sex with Charlie and Nina.
Would you believe? Would you believe?
No, you wouldn't.
I feel like we're on a breakfast show.
I feel as we're sitting next to each other.
I know.
The morning show.
Yeah, shuffle your papers. Yeah.
Okay, so where are we today, Nina? We're not at Hellfire, are we?
No, we are not. We are in a secret location, not to be disclosed. We're at SOS. Our good friends at SOS Clothing and buythatmerch.com.co.uk have allowed us to use their studio, so that's what we're doing.
Yeah, and we're having a great time here.
Yeah. Time of our lives.
Yeah, so
yeah, we're going to do things a little bit different today because we were supposed to have a guest, but unfortunately he was struck down with illness, so we're going to go back to our roots and do a question time style situation.
yeah, we are.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do. But first of all, Nina, how was your weekend?
Oh, I had the best weekend.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a photo shoot.
Oh yeah.
How was your weekend?
Oh yeah. I was there, wasn't I?
Yeah, we had a photo shoot in London at the Barbican Laundrette, which is so cool, isn't it?
Yes, the pictures came out a little bit sexier than what I thought, but not too sexy that it's like porno-y. A couple of them are porno-y.
Oh, I don't know, I mean, whether people wank over us, whatever, weren't they?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, make of it what you will.
Yeah.
It might be sexy, it might be repulsive. It's just down to individual things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who took our photos?
Bang Boom Creative.
Bang Boom Creative.
Thanks, Luke.
Yeah, best photographer in town.
Not this town.
Not this town.
Towns.
Just all the towns. Yeah, and we met some of the desperate loners. No.
Oh yeah, yes. Also, AKA murdering sex cult.
Yeah, they've rebranded.
Yeah, they've rebranded.
But they were a lovely bunch of souls, weren't they? They're the listeners of the Hardcore Listing podcast, and they arranged a wonderful meet.
Yeah, they're the Patreons, aren't they? And
Yeah.
they wanted to have a little meet, and they were actually in the morning getting Luke to take pictures of them for some ideas that they had for their new sex cult, murdering sex cult. Which, I mean, we want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
However, I don't want to pay to listen or watch Stu. Otherwise, I would be
It's
trying
like
to get in there.
OnlyFans again, isn't it? I'll be damned if I'm paying to see the dick I've seen for free. And that's how we feel about Stu's Patreon.
Oh gosh, but you guys keep up the good work. I'm sure he really appreciates it. Okay, so should we just get into the questions?
Yeah. Do you want to go first? Do you want to ask me some and then I'll ask you some?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll ask you a question.
Go on then.
Right. What is
This better not be a maths question.
1 plus 1?
It started like a school question.
If you were getting on a train from Scotland to England.
Yeah. Sabina has 20 oranges. How do you know that clock's broken?
Yeah, that was a classic. That was actually a classic line from the weekend. When I looked at a clock in our room and I was like, oh look, the clock in our room's broken, and Nina was like, how do you know it's broken? Oh god, hilarious. Okay, right, I'll start off with an easy one.
Okay, yeah.
Right, what's your favourite food?
Oh, pizza. It just does it all. It's got all of the things, isn't it? And it's comfort food. So I reckon pizza in any guise. Yeah.
What flavour? Pizza toppings wise. Hang on a minute. Let's start with the base first, because you've got to pick a base these days.
Okay, so I'm going to base this on the most delicious pizza I've ever eaten, which was in Italy. Don't mean to boast. But
Someone's doing well.
Yeah. And it was just a classic margherita pizza. And I know it sounds so boring, but it was like... Oh.
It was...
Chef's kiss.
Bibbidi bobbidi. Boopity.
Yeah, so just like loads of oozing cheese. And yeah, it had like a tomato and basil base, and then just a shit ton of cheese on it. But if I was getting from Domino's, I'd probably go for something like barbecue situation, because I actually don't like tomato base really.
So how do you feel about like actual like pizza doughs? Like, do you like the thick ones, or do you like the thin, or do you like
It's
the
different
fancy?
everywhere. It's different from everywhere, I think, because like if you're going for like an Italian pizza, it's got to be like that thin Italian stuff. They don't really do like deep dish, do they? That's more of like an American Italian thing.
Yeah, like the pizza pies.
Yeah, pizza pie. Yeah, where it's just like liquid cheese in a crust.
Yeah, in like a pie crust.
Yeah. God, I'm hungry
Yeah.
now. But yeah, I do like a stuffed crust,
Okay.
but only from certain places.
You can get all sorts of stuff in the stuffed crust now.
I know, hot dogs.
Yeah.
What's that? Who's
What the
going
fuck
to
is
know
that?
what this needs? A hot dog.
Right, so the whole like point of the pizza crust is so you can eat it and then throw the crust away. Like originally, I'm not saying now.
I mean, no one's that mad
Yeah.
that they'd throw a crust of pizza away.
But like, yeah,
It's for holding.
Yeah, it's for holding the pizza, so you ain't
Yeah.
got to like use a knife and fork and get your hands messy. But now it's like a thing, isn't it? Have you seen those little like they're like twisted little bites now that you can just sort of like pull off the edge of the pizza?
Oh yeah,
It's like part of the pizza.
I know. God.
Yeah, I do like pizza, I'm not gonna lie. I do prefer my own, and I really like using like a wrap as the pizza base.
Yeah.
With like, I hate bready like dough. I'm not a fan of it, but I do like wraps, and then the cheese and barbecue, pepperoni. I'm a meat lover. I love just meat on.
I love just meat. That's a sound clip if I ever heard one. What food would you eat then? What is your favourite food?
Well, my classic one that I go to, as you know, is lasagna, spinach and chips. That's like as a meal.
I love a lasagna, yeah.
Yeah, I do really love it. But I like a proper like homemade one.
Yeah.
I can't bet. Like, I have once tried a like shop bought ready made, stick it in the oven.
Nah.
And it just, I don't know what the fuck they're doing to it, but it is not lasagna.
All flavour is removed
Yeah.
before it gets put in the box. Yeah. No, 100%.
No, and I have recently seen probably one of the most awful things I've ever seen.
Crimes against lasagna is what it is.
Yeah, crimes against cooking and really humanity, to be fair. I mean, this person needs to be arrested for war crimes, because she's put cheese singles, like burger cheese, on top of a lasagna.
No.
I love fucking burger cheese. I love burger cheese in a burger. I even put them in wraps sometimes when I'm having like a hot chicken wrap, like how they make them in KFC.
Yeah.
Why are you putting that on lasagna? It looks horrible.
There's no place for it.
And
Does it
no.
grill? Have you ever seen it like grilled?
It just,
Does it do
no.
anything?
It just stays in its kind of colour and shape,
Oh no.
or goes black.
Oh, you know.
But it was, you know, it just, it doesn't even melt into like one thing. It just stays in squares and just gets warm.
That's a conscious decision she's made there, because we discussed that lasagna is not something that you just like rustle up you have to get all the ingredients for the lasagna, so you know what you need for it. It's not like all I've got is all the ingredients for a lasagna left in my fridge.
Yeah,
so
there's a lot of components, and I mean,
Yeah.
especially things like the pasta sheets, because
you never have them.
and you've got to have enough as well. But you've always got like pasta, like just like fusilli or whatever.
Yeah.
But knocking about, you never have it unless.
So she's decided.
So she's decided, and I don't know if she's put it in the layers as well. Probably.
Oh, don't. No.
She probably has, but luckily you couldn't see that. But you can see it on the top, and honestly, it was. I don't know what to say. I've got no words. It hurt. It hurt me. It hurt me.
Yeah. Oh God. I'd love to share with everyone the pictures, but
Inbox us.
Inbox us. We'll send you a picture of a disgusting meal.
Very traumatic.
Well, shall I ask you one then?
Oh yeah.
Should we do one for one?
Yeah, go on, ask me a
Okay.
question.
When was the last time you told a lie?
You
don't have to tell us what the lie was.
I
don't know why I
last
asked
time I
that.
told a lie was like probably just before this podcast started.
And it was, this cup of coffee is delicious.
My God, I know. He can make t-shirts, but he can't make a cup of coffee. I'll bring coffee next
I
time.
always ask that when was the last time you told a lie on a date, always, because it makes people feel uncomfortable and I want to see how they react to it, because then I can tell whether you're now then lying to me. If you're getting a real flap about it.
So when was the last time you told a lie?
The last time I told a lie was... Oh God, I'm not actually sure. I can't think of a lie that I told. It was probably like, I'm on my way. That kind of lie.
Oh,
You
so
know.
this morning then?
No, no, it wasn't this morning. Oh, actually, yeah, no, it was yesterday. The day before, Saturday. I said to my mum that I was going to look for the bird cage, a small bird cage that I had, and I didn't, because I just thought, oh, fuck you.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Talking about your family.
Yeah.
Going off on a tangent. How's the baby?
She's so cute and small. She's like really cute.
Did you hold her?
Yeah, I did. I'll show you some pictures afterwards.
Oh yeah.
Reb's held her and was all like,
That's
it was so cute. I know. But yeah, Bubs is doing well, so
Good.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see him.
her partner is absolutely man on the edge. But
But that's just his default mode, isn't it? Like, when is he
Yeah.
ever not?
I mean, he's always on the edge. He's
Yeah.
just closer to the edge. It's like, you know, in cartoons when it's like they've got their fingers gripped on something and it's like bing, bing, bing.
Yeah. Or in cartoons when they're actually over the edge, but they're
Yeah.
just like floating, and it's just the minute before they
Yeah.
drop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's that.
Yeah. He's in a bad way. Anyway,
Yeah,
moving on.
moving swiftly on.
What have you been watching on Netflix recently?
I actually started, not last night, night before, with that Inventing Anna. I know you've seen it.
Yes.
Yeah, that accent, I can't tell if the actress is shit at accents or whether that is how she spoke.
I think she's like Russian German mix with USA. So I
just so
think
weird.
it's apparently, from the research I've done. Why are you dressed like that?
Yeah. I will not take this from you. It's just so weird. It just sounds like when I'm trying to do an accent.
Yeah, I think that's what she sounds like.
Oh, okay.
From the research I've done, everyone's been going, that's what she sounds like. That's what Anna Delvey actually sounds like in real life.
Anna Delvey isn't a real person, so that's not what she sounds like in real life. Sorry
Anna
to ruin it for everyone. If you haven't
Swazi,
seen
or whatever
it.
her name is then.
Yeah. Soerken? Oh, I don't know. But it's got the girl from My Girl. Who was in Hannibal?
Yeah,
Wasn't she?
My girl, yeah.
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 I don't know what her name is, but she's very good.
Yeah, she is. She's good in it.
Imagine being in a film when you were like a child and then people only ever remember you as My Girl.
She's a really great actress as well.
Yeah.
Like, I'm surprised that she hasn't been cast in other things. I'm sure there must
Yeah.
be a reason for that. But
Yeah.
she's brilliant in that.
Yeah, she is. She's very good. And yeah, so I've been watching that and I've like that Chase character, the Asian guy.
Oh, her boyfriend in
Yeah.
it.
Mate. I don't know whether I'm not gonna say that. Moving on.
Spoilers.
Yeah. It wasn't a spoiler, it was listed under other.
I'm trying to save you by saying spoilers.
Go.
Okay.
What have you been watching? Because I know you watched that.
Yes, I have watched that the whole way through. I did really enjoy it. I thought it was only 5 episodes long. I don't know why I thought that.
Oh.
I thought it was only 5 episodes long, but it's like 12 or something.
Oh, is it?
So I was really pleasantly surprised when I thought it was ending, and then it just carried on because it's a bit of a story. Once you get past the guy, I don't know how far you are in it.
I'm up to the bit where she's taken over his like investors and things like that. You know, she's befriended the woman, the rich woman.
Oh yeah, so this is like early days. It
Okay.
goes mad. It
Oh.
goes really mad and stupid.
Okay.
But we'll talk about it
Yeah.
at a later date.
Yeah.
I've watched season 2 of The Morning Show.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that.
I'll give you my login.
Yeah.
Remind me, because I keep saying that I'll do it.
Yeah.
And you can...
Oh.
Oh, no.
No, she won't.
No, I won't. That's fraud. That's Apple fraud.
Yeah.
And Netflix fraud.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
No.
We pay for it separately and don't share subscriptions.
No.
Yeah, so I watched season 2 of The Morning Show.
Yep.
Brilliant. If you haven't watched The Morning Show, watch it. It's really good. It's got Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon, and they are basically fighting the patriarchy, also getting themselves into trouble, and it's just like a whole thing about like sexual abuse in the workplace towards women, really, and that whole Me Too stuff. But it's done really well. It's not one of those like eye rolly, like lame things that everyone hates because nobody likes to acknowledge that Me Too is a thing, do they?
No.
Even though it is, but it's done in a really great way.
That's
very,
good.
very, very entertaining. And Steve Carell is in it too.
Oh, I love him.
Yes, he's great in it.
he?
He's great in it. Yeah, they're all
Oh.
great. They're all great. Watch it. Yeah, so I watched season 2 of that. What else have I been watching?
I don't know. Have you watched that World Worst Roommate? It's like a series.
Oh yeah, it's called like My Roommate is the Worst or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought, what is this?
Yeah, and like literally, it's about like the first episode is like an old woman luring like homeless people in and killing them.
Oh,
No, she's
Okay.
like this little unassuming granny type woman.
okay.
And so people in the community think she's doing like this really like noble thing by letting out her spare room to people trying to get themselves on their feet, and all the while she's just fucking killing them off and taking their whatever little money they have or whatever.
Sweet.
No,
Is it good?
it's all right. It's not like I like it when they're just a bit like juicy. The first episode was good, but then the rest of it I weren't really that fussed about.
Yeah, that's the thing with like these like true crime documentaries. It's kind of it's done, isn't it? It's not really that interesting anymore.
No, and I'm not shocked anymore. So that plays into it, I think.
Yeah, all the good ones have been done, haven't
Yeah.
they? And now it's just like
Yeah.
doing it for the sake of it.
I just think unless you're springing out making a murderer guy, I don't want to. I want him to be able to come out of prison and then.
Yeah, but even the last season of that, I just thought,
Yeah.
why are you dragging this out?
Yeah. Oh, that was far too like lengthy.
Yeah, just do it again when there's been an outcome.
Yeah, development.
Like, do I care about that without an outcome? No, you want to know, don't you?
Yeah.
You want to know what's been going on. Otherwise, it's not an update.
Yeah.
Don't care how your fucking case is going.
Yeah. It
I
was
do,
more about her than it was about anything else.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
Look how fucking great I am.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Fuck off, love. If you're that great, get him out.
Yeah. I can't believe he's still even in there.
I know.
I'm just like, I can't even fathom it.
But they just can't let him out now. You know when something goes to the point where you just cut, there's no going back.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
no,
just-
they
and They have
can't.
to just carry on with it.
Yeah.
Even though they know it's wrong, they just have to.
It's something that's like, it would just take so many people down just for the sake of letting out fucking Steve Avery.
Yeah.
Who is like a
Who's
bit of a menace to society, really,
Yeah,
isn't he? He's not exactly like a...
But
Yeah.
yeah.
He ain't contributing anything.
No.
And I'm
No.
sure they've all learnt their lesson, but they're kind of at the point now where they're like, look,
Yeah.
all these important people could potentially not do all the important things
Yeah.
over the sake of one like hillbilly,
Yeah.
which I mean isn't right,
No, it's not right.
and they should just, you know,
Yeah.
admit the wrongdoings and learn from it and just
Yeah.
let him have like a little bit of life. Like,
Yeah.
we're all human beings, aren't we? It doesn't
Yeah.
matter really, but you know, they're not gonna.
Nah. No, he's
They're not
done
gonna.
for, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
I've got another question.
Go on.
Have you got any irrational fears?
Yes.
Are they irrational?
I
If
have
they're
one.
fears.
I do have one that is completely irrational, and it's based off of someone else's irrational fear. And there has been a slight development
Oh.
in the fear. So the fear is of birds.
Oh,
So as you
Okay.
know,
Yeah.
my mum for my whole life, so since I was like literally like able to open my eyes, has had an irrational fear of birds, right? And we live in a seaside town,
fucking hell.
and it's like our high street is like Trafalgar Square.
Yeah.
And then you go down to the seafront, and there's fucking seagulls the size of fucking like
yeah.
Great Danes down there.
Seagull City, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not the best place, and they will swoop down and pick up children and small adults in their claws and try and fly off with them. Like that's what you're dealing with in this town.
Yeah.
So you can imagine having a fear like of birds. And
Yeah.
Southend just doesn't go hand in hand.
No.
So my whole childhood has been my mum like hitting the fucking deck every time a fucking pigeon like gets spooked and like swoops up, which is like constantly. So I spent my whole life watching this woman screeching and just freaking like I remember one time she actually let my sister's pushchair go.
Oh, fuck no.
And it went like I can see it in my eye now, in my mind's eye, and
Oh my
the pushchair is just
God.
going down the high street downhill, while my mum's just like so yeah, and anyone that understands like psychology will know that those
Yeah.
kinds of things will transfer onto your children.
Yeah.
Like there's no hiding it, there's no like, you know, there's nothing really. I mean, my mum never tried to hide it, but yes, so I developed a slight irrational fear, and I hate it because I'm a logical human being. And I know that they're not going to hurt me, but I can't help but feel
Yeah.
that like horrible feeling when it comes to
Yeah.
birds. So as we discussed on previous podcasts, we used to get birds and seagulls
Yeah.
and pigeons and crows just walking into the shop, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah. To die.
Yeah, to die. They're like, oh, this is warm.
Yeah.
And no one ever thinks about the amount of birds there are in the world, and they only live for like fucking a year or something, don't they? They're not like, they haven't got like a...
I don't know what the lifespan of a pigeon is, but the
can't
lifespan
be that
of
long.
cockatiel is like 8 years.
Oh, fucking hell, maybe they do then. Let me have a look. Lifespan of a pigeon.
Yeah.
Lifespan of a
I think they
pidge.
spend more time in the nest than they do out and about.
Okay, so lifespan of a pigeon. He's calling it a rock dove. That's a bit of a nicer word than pigeon.
Yeah, I mean, that is putting lipstick on a pig, isn't it? It's not a rock dove. If anything, it's a street chicken.
Okay, so a rock dove,
Yeah.
aka just your classic pigeon.
Who's written this? Pigeons?
I don't identify as a pigeon. It's 6 years.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's quite a long time.
It's quite a long time. It's longer than what I thought. I thought they'd just drop and die after like
Yeah.
a blue bottle, like in a day.
Yeah.
A house sparrow is 3 years. A starling is 2 to 3 years. A raven is 10 to 15 years. Fucking hell, man.
Oh, okay. So we're getting like the smaller the bird, the shorter the lifespan. Oh, okay.
Which is just classic animals.
Yeah.
So, but there's fucking hundreds of them. And you just think, where are all the bodies going when they die?
Into the sex shop. Front doors of the sex shop. That's where.
Yeah. So they get ill, they crawl in, or they break a wing or whatever. Like, I've been there in the shop once where I've just heard like this awful freaking thudding sound, and it is a pigeon just freaking hitting the pavement.
Yeah.
Just dropping it out of the sky and hitting the pavement.
Yeah.
I've seen hundreds of them just fly straight into the windows.
Yeah.
So for me, it's been quite traumatic, and every time one would come in, I'd just run out the back. I'd just be like, no, 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 no.
No, thank you.
But in recent years, there was an occasion where I actually rescued a dying pigeon from seagulls that were trying to pull it apart and eat it while it was still alive.
Fucking hell.
But it was dying anyway, like it was absolutely...
So what you thought, I'll stop this and make sure it slowly dies.
Yeah.
With the dignity that it deserves, instead of being quickly ripped apart by savages and eaten.
Yes.
Yeah. Noble.
Exactly. Once I'd got the pigeon, I just wanted to save it, and then I thought, the afterthought was like, okay, I probably should have just let nature take its course, because what am I going to fucking do with a dying pigeon, because I'm not going to kill it.
No.
That would be what I should have done. Put it out of his misery and just gone around his little neck, but I just can't do that. So what I did was left it in a box with like a little bit of water and some cashew nuts.
Yeah.
That's all I had. And then just let it die in like a nice warm little place, suffering for its last breath.
That's nice.
Which is really sad. And then just threw it in the dumpster.
Oh my god! Went through the whole process of giving it some cashew nuts and some water, and then was just like, that's for the bin.
Well, I can't touch dead birds either. The feel of them is horrible, and their necks, I don't know if you've ever seen a dead bird, but their necks like proper fall backwards like a freaking concertina.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yes, I have seen dead birds.
It's absolutely horrible.
Do you remember when we saw that fucking dead seagull? We were just like walking along and there was a dead seagull.
Yeah.
You never see them, do you?
Yeah, no.
It was huge.
It was massive, and it was just dead, and it's like its head was to the side, and it just had like one eye just kind of like beaking out at you.
Yeah.
That was really creepy.
Yeah, we had a weird series of events that day though.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Yeah. Also saved a starling that got caught in wire.
Oh,
do you remember that? You went there.
No, I went
weirdly.
there. Yeah.
I was with my brother. We saved a starling. It had wire all wrapped around its wing as well once we'd saved it, but it was like attached to like a roof of a house and just couldn't fly. All the other starlings were like trying to like fly and like save it. They're all like twittering.
It's like a Pixar
movie.
my
god. Oh, it was horrible. Anyway, we saved its life, set it free, and it wasn't injured or anything. And I was brave, and I actually cut the wire off from around its wing.
There you go.
And
that's made up for pigeon.
Yeah, it's made up for my other like good deeds. Or bad deeds that I was posing as good.
Yeah.
And then even more recently, in the last couple of days, some birds have decided to nest in my chimney.
Oh yeah.
And you can hear the babies, they've hatched now.
Oh.
There's lots of dust and twigs falling into my bedroom. through the fireplace. I've got an old fireplace.
Cats are waiting patiently with their little bibs on and knife and fork.
Yeah, proper like a Tom and Jerry
Yeah.
style. Yeah. And I just, there's a lot falling through, and the chimney's really quite wide.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of time before I know that one of the little chicks is going to fall through into my bedroom. And every time I hear like the dust moving and coming through, I'm like,
Anxiety.
yeah.
Oh,
So that's
man.
died all that up again.
Yeah.
So now I'm like freaking paranoid. There's also a dead pigeon in the gutter that's like died in the gutter next door, but I can see it through my window very clearly.
God.
I don't know what birds are doing to me, but they're coming back with a vengeance. Something's happening. But yeah, anyway, I would say that's an irrational fear of mine. Also a little bit worried about mice as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's quite common though to be like scared by mice. I don't think you're actually scared of mice. It's just them moving, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're just so quick, and it takes you by surprise. I think that's what because I like mice. I'd hold a mouse, but it's that scurry that just gets you.
Yeah. Yeah, they are very quick at moving.
Yeah. Oh,
Unless they've been poisoned.
oh God.
And then they're really slow at moving, and that's
it's
worse.
horrible. Yeah. That is horrible.
Horrible. And they fucking inflate when they die as well. Ugh.
That is horrific. Poor mice.
Yeah. What about you?
I have one fear, and one fear only, and that is rejection. No, worms. And I know the moment that I got this worm phobia, and I hate it. But my mum was like digging in the garden for some worms for the ducks. Like they've not got anything else to do all day, Jackie. Ducks can do their own digging for worms. Anyway, so she's digging for worms, and I've like walked along wearing a pair of her like gardening shoes and trod on the tub that had the worms in it. Oh my God, I feel reliving this is horrible. I've got PTSD. And then so I trod on the tub, and it literally like flung just like what felt like 1,000 worms into my shoe, and I couldn't get it off quick enough. Oh my fucking God, it feels like to me like in Indiana Jones, you know, when he's in like the freaking snake pit. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Not to dramatise it, but
Yeah, they're weird, aren't they? Because worms, they kind of like turn themselves into like knots, don't they, in a weird way? Like, I don't know if you've ever like seen, like I once had this, because we used to go digging for worms, just not to eat or give to ducks, but just because we were kids. And this, I once come across this like really big earthworm, like it's really thick one. And it was really fucking strong. And I remember grabbing it. It was strong, yeah. I remember grabbing it and trying to pull it like out of the ground, and it just fucking beat me. It just beat me. It was so strong, but it kind of like sort of twisted itself into like a weird little knot to kind of get out of the grip, and then just proper started like burrowing itself back into the dirt.
Oh God.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
I hate the way I feel about it. It is completely irrational, and I just can't.
Yeah,
I can't.
they're not the
To the
greatest.
point where Charlie will message me saying, "Oh, it's damp out today. Be careful of the worms." Like,
Yeah.
which is the most thoughtful thing anyone has ever done for me, and I did really appreciate it. But I do look out the window and see one bit of moisture and think, "Fucking hell, Worm City."
Yeah.
Oh, right. I've got to move on because I can't. I'm going to keep flapping around. Ugh.
The whole day I out
clothing from
Yeah.
them. sosclothing.co.uk. They sell awesome t-shirts, and they're ethically sourced, and they're vegan, and they're all the things. And they're great lads, and you're supporting local business,
And supporting us.
they are supporting us. Okay, so we've got time for a couple more questions.
Okay.
What do you like that you're embarrassed to admit?
Oh. I can't think of anything that I'm actually embarrassed about, because I just think, yeah, and what? Yeah, I like it. But this is a little bit embarrassing. I did go for a stage of absolutely loving the Saturdays. And I wasn't a teenager. I was an adult. And that was a little bit embarrassing. I don't know why I liked them so much. I mean, they were all right.
I can't think of a song.
No, well, now I can't off the top of my head, but I really did love them.
I can't recall a Saturday song, so I can't think of whether I like them or not.
It was very like, I think it was because it was like the next girl band along from the really popular ones.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, I do think there's a lot of like bands that are like associated with like the teens,
yeah,
or like maybe even like the adolescents, like crew,
yeah,
that are seen as being quite embarrassing, but actually quite good.
yeah, like One Direction.
Well,
I actually don't. I prefer them as solo artists,
we should be embarrassed.
but they've got some actually good songs, because Ed Sheeran wrote some songs for them.
Who is also equally as embarrassing to...
Should I be embarrassed about all this? I don't know. Maybe I've just got no shame.
Yeah, I mean, Ed Sheeran is...
Oh. Okay.
I've got no words for Ed Sheeran. Yeah. I think,
Are you embarrassed about the things that I should be embarrassed about?
I'm embarrassed about my friend Nina.
I'm embarrassed for you.
Yeah, I'm not. I quite like Justin Bieber. That's
Yeah.
something that I should be embarrassed about, because it was
Yeah.
quite embarrassing to be a believer when he first came
Oh,
out. And he
yeah.
had that like bowl haircut.
Yeah.
It was just awful. But
Yeah.
he's brought out quite a few like decent tunes.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think so.
One Direction. I don't know. I did like that Zayn Malik song that came out.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I don't think I've ever.
They did
I
like-
still don't know One Direction either.
They did a Blondie cover of One Way. Oh, another. That one.
Okay.
And it was actually really good. I liked it, but the video accompanying it was so funny. Have you seen it?
No.
Okay, I'll show you afterwards. But they're
Okay.
kind of just like doing this and like thrusting. It's weird.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's good. I do love Harry Styles as well. I can't help it. Can't help it that I like him. And every time I think, don't find this child attractive, there he is, just wearing something outlandish, and I can't help myself.
Yeah, his album cover with that pink suit on. I
Oh.
did think, why are you nicking our
Yeah,
style
I know.
ideas?
they're all
for
at it
one.
though. They're all at it. But
Yeah.
like even in like when he did all of his Vogue stuff, they put him in a dress, and everyone's like absolutely beside themselves because Harry Styles is wearing a dress. You just think, there are bigger fish to fry here.
Yeah, he looks cool.
Yeah.
Gives him a bit of something,
Just
doesn't
let
it?
him. Just let him do his thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Just because it's too much for you.
I know. Oh, it's a bit much, isn't it?
Yeah.
No.
Go and find less than
It's
you
just
can.
the right amount. Yeah. Find less than you can. Yes. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. What about you? What are you embarrassed about? Or was your Justin Bieber revelation what you're embarrassed about?
I like the song Umbop by Hanson.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
love it. Like, actual think it's one of the great songs ever
such
written.
a feel-good song, isn't it?
Oh my god.
It makes you feel things, doesn't it?
Just that they're so like talented as
Yeah.
well. But at the time it was such a joke.
Yeah.
There was such a joke, weren't they? Like
Yeah.
those three brothers, Hanson.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Where are they now?
Oh, they're hot now.
Oh, are
All of
they?
them, yeah, all three of them, yeah, mate. Fucking well hot.
Oh,
proper glow
fucking
up.
hell. Oh, I'll have a look.
Yeah.
Do you know who I saw a picture of the other day? This isn't music related, but it was a like Where Are They Now post, and it was all the people from Buffy.
Okay.
And Xander is like now some sort of fucking method. And I was like, what has happened here? He's like in and out of rehab all the time, and like all of his pictures were mugshot pictures. They weren't like him just dotting around his garden like everyone else's were. I was like, what the fuck is this? And Spike, no. I
hated Spike.
I loved Spike. Oh my god. He was right up my alley. Oh, brooding and awful.
I hated Spike. I hated him. He reminded me of someone I went to school with that was grotesque.
Oh.
It was the cheekbones. And I just couldn't. It just creeped me out.
The cheekbones now are not doing him a favour because he looks very withered and gaunt. But back in the day, I remember seeing that episode, I can't remember what episode it was, where he's like just writhing around with Buffy in these like leather trousers and no top on, and it was like the most erotic thing I'd ever seen in my life.
Yeah, because there was a thing on Buffy, wasn't there? They couldn't have sex.
Yeah.
But did they have penises? Did the vampires have penises? I can't remember.
I don't know. We come back to this like, what use is a penis to someone who doesn't have blood? Because they're not alive, the heart's not pumping blood to their penis.
Yeah.
So I mean, what are we doing with vampires?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, another revelation from the weekend was that people with quite large penises actually pass out.
They do
when they're erect because of the amount of like blood pressure that's going there all at once.
You can't power everything. Luckily, the man I know that passed out whilst using his penis didn't need much to power his brain. So his brain was the most useless organ on his body.
It's like one of those telephone connectors. Hello, operator. Yes, could you please pass all the power over to my penis now? Yep, sure, not a problem. It's all mainly going there anyway.
Yeah, just connecting you. Then total brain dead. Yeah. Yes. Oh my god. Donkey. Right. What was the question?
What do you like that you're embarrassed to admit?
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry, I've taken us down a rabbit hole here, haven't I?
Yeah.
With the guys.
Yeah, music-wise, it's so selective, isn't it?
Yeah. Because there are things that are so cringe, but you can't help but like love it.
Yeah. But there's loads of things that I do and that I eat that I would never tell anyone about.
Oh yeah.
But I'll just give you like a little example.
But I won't tell anyone. But
I won't tell anyone about this.
Anyone who will listen.
This is just an example of the kind of thing, right? Yeah. The other day, I hadn't eaten. Look at me making excuses up already.
Yeah.
Right. So what I had for dinner was bachelor super noodles, bacon flavoured ones, right? With grated cheese melted all in. And I ate out of the jug that I cooked them in because...
Why are you transferring that to a bowl? You might as well just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as like, it makes me feel ashamed because, one, I'm not a student.
Yeah.
Two, I'm not a kid, obviously. And three, like I'm proper into my food.
You should know better.
Yeah. Like proper into it. Like
Yeah.
I love cooking. I love like food.
Yeah.
In general. From all over the place. And I'm sitting there eating fucking like bachelor super noodles with grated cheese in it because, I mean, why would you not put cheese on everything? It's fucking rank in it.
Yeah.
Out of a jug.
Out of a jug.
Plastic jug, not even a glass one.
Oh no.
And that's not even scratching the surface of some of the fucking things that I've made. But that I won't go there.
No. Let's keep some things a mystery.
Yeah.
What gives you the ick?
Oh God. What gives me the ick is men.
Men that men.
Men that men.
Yeah.
People that don't like take no for an answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Makes me just
Pushy.
think, fuck off. What kind of
Yeah.
human being are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really, really hate that. Like when you're saying no.
Yeah.
Also, I hate people that don't just come out and say no.
Yeah.
Like people that give you alternate suggestions for things that you could be doing instead of asking them to do something, instead of them just going, do you know what, nah, don't want to.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, cool. Don't throw another reason in, because I'll just bat that
just say
reason
no
out.
if you don't want to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just say no, like it's completely safe.
Yeah.
But then that's society's problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's not really theirs. That doesn't give me the ick. I don't know. What gives you the ick?
I don't know, it probably would be that, like, that people pressuring you to do something. Like, especially when it's like in a sort of not so, it doesn't happen to me these days because no one asks me to have sex with them, but back in the day when everyone was trying to bang me and they wouldn't take no for an answer, and it'd be like, please just let me, can I just, and you're like, what are you talking about? Like, now I want to go back and like shake myself and be like, question these men, because all they want to do is put the tip in, and you're like, what are you fucking doing here? Like, what is this? Just the tip? Well, I might as well have
Just
full
the
fucking
tip.
set. Yeah, you wouldn't believe the amount of men that have just been like, just the tip.
Just the tip to you.
Yeah. The fuck?
A little tip.
Just a little tip. Oh my god, the pattern is reoccurring.
Just a little tip.
Yeah, like it's like negotiable. Like, no, I don't want to have sex with you. Okay, well, can I just finger you then? Like, no, I don't want you near my body. Fucking, that massively gives me the ick.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, completely.
yeah. But then the ick can strike at any moment, can't it? Because one minute you can be madly in love, and then someone says something,
Yeah.
and then you're like, ugh.
Yeah, and you don't even know what those things are.
No. Yeah. The ick
Yeah,
strikes.
I've been in situations where oh no, I shouldn't say this really.
Moving swiftly on.
Moving swiftly on.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing that does really give me the ick, and it's kind of related, because I was sort of pressured by someone once, or multiple times, but this one time in particular, I was young, so I hadn't been pressured a lot at this point. And he was wearing Izzy Miyake
Oh,
perfume
Yeah.
or aftershave, whatever,
Yeah.
and now every time I smell it, I'm like, ugh!
yeah.
And it just reminds me of him. And I met him on a night out. I was living at my parents' house at the time. I was only like 17, and you know, back in the day when you used to be able to go into nightclubs when you were like
Yeah.
freaking 15.
Yeah.
And I was out with my mum as well. My mum was with us.
Oh.
So we all went back home, and we were sitting there talking, and he was just like, had his hand on my leg. And he was wearing Izzy Miyake perfume, while my mum's sitting right there drunk as well. And I was just, the whole situation was
God.
just like vomit inducing.
Yeah.
So now that whole thing now, it comes back every time I smell that perfume,
Yeah.
and it's really fucking horrible.
It is horrible, isn't it? I have the same with dupe. That
Yeah.
just reminds me of fucking men that were too old to be trying to sleep with me when I was like 12.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, that. Everyone had that, didn't they?
Yeah, I can't
In
bear
the
it.
90s.
It makes me want to spew.
Yeah.
But you'd think that like Lynx Africa would have that same effect, but still now, Lynx Africa is
yeah.
very like...
It's really
just
manly, isn't it?
Yeah, it just reminds you of like 60 teenagers. Yeah, but yeah, like only the fit ones would wear it. Oh god. soundbite.
God. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that gives the ick.
Yeah.
Have you got any more, or shall I go? Because we've got to wrap it up in a minute.
Yeah, we've got to wrap it up in a minute.
Yeah.
Let's do one more.
Okay,
Was that your one, the ick one?
Yeah.
Okay. What household chore is your worst?
Washing up.
Out of all of them?
Yeah. I hate it. I hate everything about it.
Okay.
Which is ironic because I'm always washing up.
Yeah.
But I wear gloves to wash up because I don't like just food and stuff. Wet food. That is one of my absolute massive no-nos, is when people put food on a plate in the sink
Oh,
and then
God.
run some water over it, and then you have to then remove the food.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it. So it's probably washing up's getting an unfair rap there. It's nothing to do with washing up, and everything to do with people putting fucking food in the sink. Because I don't actually mind the act of washing up, but as we have previously discussed, I won't tolerate ironing either.
Yeah. Well, that's my one.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to do any of it.
I don't mind. I think I've said this before 100 times. I don't mind doing housework and cleaning. But I do like it to be proper, like messy. I hate keeping on top of housework.
Yeah.
I find it really like annoying. Like I like it to get messy and then I'll clean it and then arrange everything so it's perfect.
Yeah.
And then within seconds a kid will just like toss their shoes to the side and I'm just like, what the fuck? Or one of the cats will like, I don't know, tread a bit of like like hay from the rabbits into the carpet or like into the like house, and I'm just like, fuck's sake, like I hate it when there's like one little speck of something. So I just leave it and let it get, so there's like a billion specks and then I'll clean it all again. And I quite enjoy that. But ironing, absolutely fucking not. I will not iron.
No.
Refuse to do it.
I hate it when you've like really busted your ass tidying things up and it looks like well fucking nice, and then a kid comes in and then is like spills their drink straight away, or wrecks, like you've just like rearranged the dollhouse so that they're all in like different poses having like the time of their lives, because you think she'll really appreciate this, and she just comes in and fucking drags it all out. Waste of my time.
Even like things like fluffing the pillows up on my sofa and just making the sofa and like the throws look all nice, and then like, you know, 1 second later someone knocks on your door and they want to fucking sit down and you just think, no.
You can stand up.
I just fluff those fucking pillows. Can I just look at them for a second, please, and just enjoy it before someone comes in and messes up?
I mean, I would love to have one of those houses that you like just are tidy like all the time.
They have cleaners. It's not the house that's tidy.
No, it's not the house that's
tidy.
It's
not one of those houses that can self-tidy.
Even when I had a cleaner, it just like, it'd be clean for like 5 seconds and then fucking...
you need like a living in... You need a wife.
I need a wife is what I need. I don't want one that's... I want one that's like really good though. Good wife.
Proper woman.
Chain to the kitchen sink.
Proper woman.
Yes, I want to be really repressive towards her.
I want one of those real women that love cooking and cleaning and serving me and doesn't have any interest in themselves or their own lives, but also looks perfect all the time.
A 1940s housewife in America is what is preferable. One that like dresses really super nice, wears a little pinny all the time because she's like baking cookies and shit, and is just pleased to see me every time I walk through the door. The breadwinner, you know, that's it.
But not one of those ones that get depressed.
No, I don't want her like peeled off her head.
Yeah,
just one that's genuinely happy.
Yeah.
There must be ones out there. No, not now, not anymore.
I can't imagine.
No, I can't imagine.
But there are a lot of women out there still peddling that they really do enjoy looking after men and children. I don't believe it. I think it's a fucking lie.
Yeah.
But if there is, and
Yeah.
you don't mind looking after a woman and a child,
Yeah,
2 children, get in contact. I'm up for it.
yeah. Yeah. It's the only way, isn't it, really? It's the only way we're going to get all the things.
It is the only
I mean,
way.
they'd have a better life with us than they would a man.
Yeah. I do kind of like moaning as well, but there's a lot to moan about at the moment. So, you know, housework would be one less thing. So yeah, still get in contact.
Right. Well, on that note, we're off to find some wives.
We're off to find some wives, and
And we'll see you.
yeah, we'll see you next week. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye.
Love you.